Bristol Motor Speedway is a racing stadium. Take Michigan, University of Michigan football stadium, add half again as many more seats. The banking here is steeper than Talladega. The straightaways are steeper than the corners at Phoenix, New Hampshire, or Richmond. This is one tough racetrack. Time to go trackside for today's opening ceremonies.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise for our invocation to be presented by Mike Rife from the Van Zant, Virginia Church of Christ.
Dear God, we thank you for your goodness and for your patience, and we thank you for this event today. We're grateful for those who are responsible for bringing it to us, our sponsors, teams, and officials. And a special thank you, God, for the workers at this track who have worked so hard this past week following the floods. This afternoon, God, we ask you for safety and pleasure. In Jesus' name, amen.
And remain for our national anthem by epic recording artist Tammy Cochran.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And for the words we've all been waiting for, Food City President Steve Smith.
On behalf of our more than 9,000 associates, gentlemen, start your engine.
Set to go racing here at Bristol, and there's your pole sitter. Budweiser, official beer of NASCAR, proud sponsor of the Bud Pole Award, given to the fastest qualifier at each NASCAR Winston Cup race. Jeff Gordon's today's Bud Pole winner and earns a spot in the 2003 Bud Shootout. Since 1979, Anheuser-Busch has awarded more than $7 million as title sponsor of NASCAR's Pole Award program. Dick Berggren.
Used to be a huge advantage to pick on the backstretch when the yellow flag flew. NASCAR has fixed things up so it no longer is. Regardless of whether a driver pits on the front or the backstretch, he must enter the pit area off turn 2. And regardless of where he pits, he must exit off turn 1. That is new. First time in Winston Cup today. Mess it up, either go to the end of the longest line or it's a stop and go. To Matt Yoakum.
Well, taking the driver's meet today, they asked more questions than probably any driver's meet in the last 2 years. One of the hot topics was lap traffic, especially after Saturday's Busch Series race. Leslie Walls and a number of drivers said, why don't the lap cars just try to stay to the high side? Someone else said, what happens if they come down? Mark Martin said, I guess there'll just be another caution. To Steve Burns.
Well, Matt, Kevin Harvick led 137 laps here a year ago before having a problem, and all these crew chiefs off pit road have said the same thing. We've tweaked on the car, we've made changes, but none of that matters unless we bring the race car home in one piece. Mike Joy.
Thanks Steve Darrett's going to help pitting under green, but if you have to pit under caution, now you have to go down both pit roads at pit road speed, and boy, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, it takes a lot of discipline to run 30 mile an hour all the way around this racetrack, knowing that the pace car's coming, knowing you're losing time on the pit lane. But let me tell you something, that lap car thing, every year, it never fails. Bristol, Martinsville, the drivers all get together and say, we've been letting them down on the inside to get her away, let's move to the outside. Well, here's the problem. When they're on the inside, they're in the way going in the corner. When they're on the outside, they're in the way coming off the corner. So it's still a lap car, it's still going to be in the way.
All right, let's have a look at the Walmart starting grid for today's 500-lap race. An all-Gordon, all-California driver front row with Jeff and Robbie, no relation. Two Chevrolets share the front row for today's race.
Mike Skinner in that 4 car, this is their home racetrack, Morgan McClure Racing. Jerry Nadeau, he was fastest in final practice yesterday. There's Elliott Sadler, won this race a year ago.
As you look back through the rest of the starting grid,
Casey Atwood, one of his better qualifying efforts this year. Jeff Green won the Busch race yesterday. Bill Elliott starting deep in the field, row 30. Bobby Labonte makes his 300th Winters Cup start today. Petty cars occupying row 18.
and here's provisional land. Couple of veterans there.
Let's see if we can get Robbie Gordon on that.
Robbie, remember you got new brakes and rotors in the front. Get a little heat in them right there.
Robbie Gordon, this is DW up in the TV booth. Got a copy?
DW, how are you?
I'm doing good, bud. You can go ahead and use that left foot on that brake pedal today. How's your car, man?
Pretty good and happy. I'm pretty excited about today. Obviously, it's real important to get through turn one nice and clean and get to the bottom through fast track around here at Bristol. So we're going to do everything we can to get to the bottom as soon as possible.
Well, I'm sure your friend there beside you would probably just slack up a little bit and let you down in front of him, wouldn't he?
Even let me have enough room to warm up my tires.
All right, good, bud. We'll be watching you. Good luck, man.
Should be good.
Robbie Gordon from the outside pole. Let's have a look at the Dr. Scholl's race analysis. Remember, Dr. Scholl's helps you to look, feel, do better. 43 cars, 43 came, nobody went home.
You know, it's kind of funny because I was thinking as I watched those two take off, I said, this start's going to be sighting. Because I tell you, those two cats, you know, they like each other, they got a lot of respect for each other, but Robbie Gordon would like to get down in front of Jeff Gordon if he could.
Let's take a look at the weather. This is the one we're going to pay close attention to right here. 80 degrees track temperature. Yesterday in practice, 53 degrees. Even though the concrete is not that sensitive to weather changes, that is a big swing in track temperature. These cars are going to slide around a lot more today.
And guess what? Driver comfort just it got a little more difficult with the temperatures being a little higher. You know, we saw tempers flare yesterday, and this heat will just add to it.
Yeah, tempers and temperature.
Temperature.
They could be related.
I just hope today, you know, we had 15 cautions yesterday. I want to see some racing.
There's the Motorcraft cam on board Elliott Sadler.
I know Rubbin's racing, but wrecking ain't racing.
We sure saw a lot of wrecking yesterday.
All right, DW, I've told you a lot this lap here, but I'm going to tell you one more time. Pull them belts real tight, buddy. We're going for a ride, 16 seconds a lap.
Getting ready to take a deep breath. I'm taking the green flag. Go, 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 green, green, green. Buckety, 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 and let me down in front of you, Jeffy. Thank you.
500 laps of short track Sunday.
See, I told you he'd let him down in front of him. What was he worried about?
Robbie Gordon in that 31 car. He's going to lead the first lap of this race. All right, we're here in the 31 car. It's black flag for jumping the start. The pole sitter controls the start. Jeff Gordon, he'll have to come to pit road at 30 miles an hour. Now remember, under green, he only has to do it on the front stretch. He's still going to go at least a lap, close to 2 laps down. It'll be a stop and go in his pits.
so sure. I'm not so sure. I guess he can do it under a stop and go like that, but he's supposed to stay on the apron till you get to the back straightaway. Oh, trouble down here.
Caution, Buckshot Jones. And the first crash is at lap 3.
31 car just got a free pass.
Yes, he did. He's going to be way back in the field, but at least he's not a lap down.
There I have 2 pages to write down caution flags today. Yesterday we ran out of paper.
Well, we had 15 and 250 laps. Is there any way we could have 30?
Let's not try for a record.
I was watching the start.
Let's see if there's any contact that sent Buckshot Jones into the wall in the 44.
There's Steve Park right behind him, and Steve Park, yikes.
A little aggressive getting out the corner.
A little early to be. Bad place to give a guy a little shove.
Doesn't take much to climb the wall and hit the concrete here in Bristol.
Green, green, green. Here we go again.
Green, green.
First caution is a quick one. Jimmy Spencer now second to Jeff Gordon.
And he's go ahead, Larry.
Even though Robbie Gordon stayed on the lead lap, Jeff Gordon took the green flag at the start-finish line. Robbie Gordon in 41st was in the middle of the back straightaway, already a half a lap down.
And I just noticed, like on that restart there, Jimmy almost got a run on Jeff, so Jeff's getting off to a little slow start. Oh, Spencer got sideways.
Robbie Gordon was penalized because you're not allowed to pass the pole sitter before you come to the start-finish line on the initial green flag
on
of the
green
race.
Flag lap. He just beat Jeff to the line, and that's an infraction.
Now on a restart after a caution period into the race, once the green flag's displayed, it's every man for themselves, but you have to pass to the right-hand side.
Michael Waltrip against the wall in the backstretch. He and Tony Stewart got together.
He's going to get freight trained here because he's hung on the outside. Continues to lose positions here.
Well, it's just like Daytona and Talladega. This is a little Daytona and Talladega. You get up on the outside, they're all going to go by you, and there's nothing you can do. Just ride and wait.
You see the replay, maybe just a little help from Tony Stewart. I mean, everybody's in a hurry. Even though it's 500 laps, you know the leader's coming in a hurry, especially if you start deep in the field.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get lapped if you don't go. And you can't, the spotter and the crew chief are both hollering at you from the drop of the green flag. You got to go. You got to go.
He's still not able to get in.
Still can't get back in line.
He'll get in line back here at the tail end of it.
Let's check with Matt.
Mike, under that caution, Jeff Gordon came on the radio to Robbie Loomis's crew chief. He said, I don't know what he was thinking, meaning Robbie Gordon. He says, I told him in the driver's meeting to be careful and not jump the start. And that's exactly what happened.
In all defense, if you watch the two cars, they go at the same time. Robbie just got a little bit better.
Right there.
On further review.
But you can't beat the pole sitter to the start-finish line at the start of the race.
Right.
After a caution flag on a restart, you can once the green flag's displayed. But at the start of the race, the pole man controls the start.
Yeah, and Robbie was about a half a car length ahead of Jeff back here when they initially took off.
And then Robbie Gordon caught a lucky caution when Buckshot Jones got in the wall, so Robbie is still on the lead lap.
He's a half lap down, though. But that's better than being a lap down.
Jeff Gordon wasting no time. He's put a lap on Dave Marcus and sets out after the rest of the tail end of the field. Dave Marcus's car with Dick Trickle,
yeah.
71.
Now, Michael Waltrip, he started 9th. He finally got in line, but he had to go all the way back to the 30th position behind Bobby Labonte here before he was able to get in line.
Yeah, you know that sooner or later somebody will cut you some slack and let you in, but sometimes it's way, way back there before it happens, and he's up there again. He can't get down.
And when you're up there, since no cars has been running up there, that's where everybody's rubber off their tires going, and it gets on your tires and makes you feel like you got 4 flat tires.
My tractor won't get no traction.
No. Ricky Rudd makes the pass for 14th on Dave Blaney. John Andretti and the 29 of Kevin Harvick follow through.
Steve Park's car is really loose. Larry, he jumps sideways just about every lap off a corner.
Yeah, he started in 34th, and that's where he's running. But Darrell, to come back last week at Darlington, I mean, this is the worst racetrack you can come to as far as physical ability required.
Larry, this place makes you dizzy no matter what. It just, I mean, it works on your eyes. You're bouncing around. It's just like riding a real rough roller coaster.
Fortunately, Park said he did not suffer the vertigo that, say, Ricky Craven had after his bad crash.
And Terry Labonte had that problem, too, you know.
Yes. And Park is saying it doesn't bother him to run here. He likes it. How about Tony Stewart? Very, very sore lower back after that crash at Darlington 1 week ago. Talk about a place where you got to come and tough it out. Here we are.
Well, we've run about 24 laps, and look where the leader is. He is right at the back of the pack, ready to put people a lap down in 24 laps.
Well, we talked about Steve Park a while ago. He's got troubles because the leader's only 2 seconds behind him. I'm the crew chief. I'm saying, take care of that race car, but the leader's coming.
Yeah.
Come on.
Go. Don't let that guy hold you up. And that don't let that guy hold you up is what causes you to bump into him, because you want to nudge him out of your way.
Right behind the red 23, Hut Strickland will be the leader. There's Jeff Gordon with Jimmy Spencer. And now has caught him again.
He's caught him in a hurry. I mean, Jeff Gordon pulled out to over a 2-second lead, but now Jeff Gordon, this early in the race, he has to show that patience.
And the outside pole sitter is just a few cars in front of our leader right now. And here comes Spence on the outside.
He's got a lap car up there as well. Brett Bodine in the 11 car. Oh, you got to get back down.
Can't go. Got to close the hole. Mike Skinner was getting ready to shoot in there.
That was a Mr. Excitement kind of move.
It was.
Let's get up top and make something happen.
It's just to let you know that I am here.
That's right. 27 laps complete. Jeff Gordon has led them all, but now he's getting into some heavy race traffic.
NASCAR Winston Cup Series on Fox, presented by UPS, is brought to you by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Dodge. By Target. Expect more, pay less. By the Flame Broiled Whopper from Burger King, America's favorite burger. At BK, you've got it. And by UPS, official delivery company of NASCAR. We want to race the truck. People love the truck.
36 laps complete. Jimmy Spencer has muscled his way into the lead, and Ward Burton is off the pace. Let's show you the lead change here. Coming up on traffic.
Spencer's car looks really, really good. He can cut it to the inside and stay in the throttle. He drove under Jeff. Watch his car accelerate off the corner. Jeff's got to give him the room there. And Skinner got to run because of the 41 car taking the line away.
And there's Ward Burton, who continues to run, but has dropped off the pace and gone a lap down in the 22.
And I ain't faking. There's a whole lot of shaking going on around here right now.
Yeah, Ward Burton definitely looking for a caution flag where they can get to pit road and see what in the world's going on with that thing.
These lead cars are just closing up on the back of the field so quick.
Our guys in the pits are saying he has an ignition problem. I'm sure he's tried all the things you would try on the racetrack, going to the second ignition system. Evidently, that's obviously not working.
Inside, it is all clear behind him.
Jeff lost the lead because of just traffic and getting up out of the groove, and Spencer made a run on him, and he had to let him go, and then the 4 car got by him, but he got back around the 4 car. Now he's closing back up on Spencer again.
Now it's Spencer's turn to deal with lap traffic. Matt?
Well, Mike, during the final practice session, Jeff Gordon's team up and crashed.
Stacy Compton in the back straightaway has spun and crashed into the inside retaining wall.
Caution is on the Speedway. And that's a good break for Robbie Gordon. What a costly mistake at the beginning of this race. He's sitting on the outside pole, and he was 2 seconds from being lapped.
Everybody got a lap back. Hermie Sadler got a lap back there. Stayed on the lead lap. That's a good deal.
Rick Mast.
Yeah, Rick Mast as well. Kyle Petty was in danger.
See if we can see what happened here, guys. Down in the corner, 29 and 12. Here comes Stacy. He runs out of room. He gets in the side of Ryan Newman's car, and rather than to run over Newman, he spins her out. It's just a matter of getting down there, you run out of room, and you try to stay off of that guy, and you got the wheels hard left, and the back end comes around. And this thing is what we call, Mike, self-cleaning track.
Oh, yes, right down to the bottom.
The vacuum cleaner.
43 laps complete, 2 cautions. Jimmy Spencer is the leader. Today's Track Facts brought to you by KFC. This is the 83rd Winston Cup race to be held in Bristol. Jack Smith, the inaugural winner. As we told you, it's the steepest track on the circuit. They switched the pavement. The asphalt wouldn't hold up, so they concreted it in 1992. and started running here under the lights in 1978. There's fast food, and then there's KFC. Steve?
As Sterling Marlin's talking to Tony Glover and Lee McCall right now, Mike, and he's saying he's a little bit loose from the center off. They're going to talk about, or they are talking about making an air pressure adjustment and a wedge adjustment when and if they do stop. Matt Yoakum.
Steve, during the final practice session, Jeff Gordon's biggest worry was the car not having enough forward bite up off the corner. They made some adjustments this morning. He is still loose up off the corner. He just can't get in the gas when he would like to Dick.
Tony Stewart stayed on the racetrack with his number 20 car, complained he'd like to get some more forward bike, and he'd like to get a clean windshield, but he's still out there, didn't pit.
Going green, guys, and that's every car out there is fighting forward bite. I mean, that's just kind of like what I'd probably tell him. Go.
See, he was down about 60 miles an hour before he even gets to turn 1. He's up to 112 miles an hour. Just barely at 100 miles an hour in the middle of 1 and 2. This is down the backstretch, looking at the Fox tracks. 130 miles an hour into turn 3.
And of course, Larry, the problem is trying to put 800 horsepower down to this concrete. That's your problem. And you're always going to be spinning the tires and never have enough forward bite.
Ward Burton was in and out of the pits there. He's back in 39th position. We had a report that they was going to try to change that battery under caution. The ignition box swap was not working.
And Bobby Hamilton in the 55. That's Hermie Sadler up above a lap car, and Hamilton's lost about 8 spots because he can't get down to the bottom of the racetrack to get underneath Sadler. Now he gets a place in line. Tough break for Hamilton.
Really is, because he's running pretty good. But, you know, there's certain guys that you can almost depend on to give you a break. Then you wait for one of those guys to come along. Oh, trouble on the back. 43 car around.
Hard into the outside, inside wall.
43's around.
Trouble on the back.
Caution is out.
Caution.
Third caution of the day comes at lap 52.
That's 43, 44,
and 14.
14.
The 14 did go behind the wall. They're trying to make repairs.
And the 43 will have to go behind the wall. He's got a lot of damage.
He's staying out.
And nobody got a lap back from Jimmy Spencer.
Okay, 51 laps. What do you want me to do?
I still want you to stay out.
Stay out? Okay, 10-4. A little hot in here right now. Can you be sure you give me plenty of water next time I come in?
You told me yesterday it was cool in here, so you just got to live with it, DW. I'll get you a glass of water when I can, but I can't hold the pit stop up.
Oh, man. I didn't know it was going to be 70 degrees today.
Should have watched the Weather Channel. I can't watch it. I taped it.